Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. In this session, session 8, we will start our session with our practice assignment. For this assignment, we have 6 rows that we will be reading. What we need to do here, as you can see, is distinguishing between the kaf and the kha. The kaf here, kha. Ka, kha. Okay, so here, as you can see, you don't need to write the word twice, just once. Once will be enough. The whole row, the whole sentence or row twice, and here and there, and then again for the second row, and we have 6 rows to do. So pause your video and we'll go through them once you're done. So now we'll go through them together. You should have paused. The first word, kasira, 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 khasira, ka, kha, kharsi, kharsi, karsi, khash, khashfu, khashfu, kashfu, katim, katim, khatim, katim, khatim. We'll go on to our third, next two rows. Do them and then we'll go through them. You should have paused your video, so pause it and then we'll go through them. Now we'll go through them. You should have paused, and now we're gonna go through them. Don't continue on. The first word, bakira, bakira, bakhira, nakhba, nakhaba, nakhaba, nakaba, sakhira, sakhira, sakira, sakhira, sakira, sakhira, sakira, maktumu, maktumu, makhtumu, sabaka, sabaka, sabakha, sabaka, sabakha, mashakh, mashakh, mashak. We'll go on to the next 2 rows. The last row, actually. Pause it and then we'll go through them once you're done. Now we'll go through them. First word in the first row. Nasiku, nasiku, nasikhu, munaki, munaki, munakhi. Okay, now we'll go on to dictation. We have 4 words for dictation. We have 4 pairs, yani 4 groups for dictation. We have 4 pairs for dictation. The first word of the first pair, 4 groups. The first word of the first group, kasira, kasira. Distinguishing between the kaf and the kha, the ka and the kha, the kaf and the kha. The first word of the first group was kasira. Remember to listen for the long and short vowels. If there is long vowels, put them in, and if not, put the short vowels in. The second word of the first pair, the first group, khasira. Khasira. The second group, first word, khashfu. 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 Khashfu, the second word of the second pair, kashfu. Kashfu. Third group, first word, bakara. 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 The second word of the third group, bakhara. 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 The fourth group, first word of the fourth group, sakhira. 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 The second word of the fourth group, sakira. 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 Okay, now we'll go through. The first group was kasira and khasira. Here, the ka-si-ra. Khasira. So we were distinguishing between the ka and the kha. I mean the kaf and the kha. The kaf, we were distinguishing between the kaf and the kha. The ka and the kha. The ka, kha. Ka, kha. Kasira, khasira. So you should have wrote it just like that. Check your paper. It should have been written just like that, with short vowels. The next word, or the next group, second group, was khashfu and kashfu. Khashfu, kashfu. Kha, ka. Kha, ka. The kha connecting to the scene because kha is a connector. The kaf connecting to the scene because the kaf is the connector. With the short vowel ka, the fatha and the kha, connecting to the scene, the sheen connecting to the fa with the dhamma on top to make this the sound u, fu, kashfu. Here the kaf connecting to the scene with the fatha on top, kash, with the sukoon, meaning there's no short vowel, connecting to the fa. Kashfu with the dhamma on top. So you should have wrote it just like that. Kha, ka. The kha sound, the ka sound. The kha, the kaf. Kha, kaf. Sound is kha, ka. Kha, ka. This is the letter kha. This is the letter ka. What's this? Kha. This ka. Again, kha, ka. What's this letter? Kha. And this kaf. Okay, now we'll go on to the third row. Our third group was bakara, bakhara. Bakara, bakhara. So you should have been able to distinguish between the ka and the kha. Bakara, bakhara. Obviously, the written form of each is completely different. This is like a backward Z, and this is different. They're completely different, so easily recognized. The sound is also pretty different. Ka, kha. There's a difference, big difference. So it should have been easy to distinguish. Bakara, bakhara. What's this letter? The kaf. And this? The kha. What sound is this? Ka. This? Kha. The ba should have connected to the kaf because the ba is a connector. The kaf should have connected to the ra because the kaf should have connected to the ra because the kaf is a connector. You should have put the short vowels ba, ka, ra, sound on each of the letters. Ba, ka, ra. The next, this word, ba, the ba should have connected to the kha. Bakh. With the fatha, ba, kha. The ba should have connected to the kha with the fatha on the top of the kha. Bakha. With the connecting to the ra because the kha is a connector. This is its connecting form. It connects to letters after it. The ra with the fatha. So you should have wrote it just like this. We'll go on to the fourth row. Fourth group. Sakhira, sakira. Written just like that. Kha, ka. Kha, ka. Sakhara, sakira. Sakhara, sakira. The sin should have connected to the kha because the sin is a connector. The kha should have connected to the ra because the kha is a connector. Sa, you should have put the fatha on top. Khi, you should have put the sukoon or the kasra on the bottom of the kha, and then ra. Should have put the fatha on top of the ra. Sa, sakhira, sakira. The sin with the should have connected the sin to the kaf because the sin is connector with the fatha. Sak. Under the under the kaf, you should have put the kasra, saki, and you should have connected the kaf to the ra with the fatha. Sakira. Okay, now we'll go on to our next concept of this session, which is double consonants. Okay, so the next concept is the concept of double consonants. Consonants. In Arabic it's called al-shidda. Al-shidda. Okay, so we'll read this together. This concept. I'll read it and you can read it after if you want to better comprehend. When a consonant is doubled in Arabic, its pronunciation is prolonged. When a consonant is doubled in Arabic, its pronunciation is prolonged. Double consonant resulting in prolonged pronunciation in English occur in a few two-word combinations. For example, bus stop as opposed to bus conductor, freight train as opposed to freight car. So bus stop, the S, bus stop. You see how it's like doubled? The S, it's not, we don't say bus and then stop and say stop. We say bus stop continuously. So it's like a doubled S, bus stop, as opposed to bus then stop, bus stop. We say bus stop smoothly, continuously. We'll compare that to bus conductor, completely different. The ending of the first word S and the beginning of the second C, so it's not continue on smoothly. It's bus conductor as opposed to the reading of bus stop, the S in the word bus, and stop in the word stop, or S in the word stop. So here I'll show you. You can see on your screen. Bus stop. You see the S. So we just continue reading. Bus stop. As opposed to bus conductor. It's not continue on reading. The ending of the first, the ending letter of the first word and the beginning letter of the second does not continue because S and C are completely different, as opposed to bus stop, the same letter, so it continues. Freight train, opposed to freight car. Unnatural, as opposed to a-natural. Unknown, even though there's a K here, it's silent, so unknown, as opposed to well-known. Bookcase, you see the K and the C, bookcase. We don't stop and say book, then pause, case. We just bookcase. So the K and the C combine as a somewhat of a double consonant, or a double sound. We don't say bookcase, we double it, bookcase. So we'll continue on in our reading to fully understand. So we'll continue on with our reading. In English, the doubling of a consonant in a word usually shortens the pronunciation of the vowel preceding the double consonant. So in English, the doubling of a consonant in a word usually shortens the pronunciation of a vowel preceding the double consonant. For example, mate, matter, fate, fatter, fate, fatter. You see, the doubling makes the A in fatter seem shortened. In Arabic, the doubling does not affect either the vowels before or after the consonant in any way. The consonant is held twice its normal length in pronunciation. The double consonant is indicated by a sign called a shadda. The shadda here, this sign, this small little like W shape, that's the sign of the double consonant. When a letter has that above it, that means that letter is a prolonged letter, which means it's called a shadda, which means it's a prolonged letter. It's a double consonant. The vowel signs, the short vowel signs, like here, the fatha, a, u, I, are written above the shadda. While the vowel, so the vowel signs, the fatha and the dhamma, are written above the shadda, while the kasra here, as you can see, is written below the shadda or under the line. So I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. So here's somewhat of an example. Medda, medda. Instead of just medda, 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 medda. So it's prolonged. Medda. It's like two dals instead of just medda. So say this dal here was gone, no dal, and just a fatha and the dal here. So mim fatha dal fatha. It would have been medda as opposed to medda. Medda, medda. For the dal, it's difficult to actually hear it because the dal is a letter that's not the sound does not be released easily. So let's try another letter. Perhaps let's try the fa. Shafi, shafi, as opposed to shafi, shafi. So it's like two fas. Shafi. So you just continue. You don't pause. Shafi. Just shafi. Shafi, as opposed to if it was only one. Shafi. Shafi. That would be it as one. Or sorry, there's a dhamma on the sheen, so it would have been shufi. That would be if it had one fa. Shufi instead of shufi. 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 Shak. Shakku. 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 As opposed to shakku. Shakku. Medda. Medda. So they don't write it as f or fa or kaf kaf or dal dal. They write it with this symbol, the little w. So medda. Shakku. Shakku. Shufi. I hope it's clear. The concept is really not difficult at all. We have it in English, so it really is not difficult. And as I said before, the short vowels like the fatha and the dhamma, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it, that right there is written above the shidda, and the kasra is written below it, below the shidda symbol, which is the little w. So shufi, that little line above the fa and under the shadda symbol, the little w, that makes the sound e, just like it is the kasra, except when there's a shidda we write it, sometimes it is written above instead of below, under the shidda, and if it's not a kasra, it would be written above the shidda, like here. Nada, nadda, nada, nadda, except it's not da. I'm just trying to make it clear. It's da. Medda, medda. So I hope the concept isn't confusing. I hope you understand what I'm telling you. Very simple. The fatha written above the shidda, the dhamma written above the shidda, the kasra written below the shidda. That's all. Or sometimes the kasra is written below the line even when there is a shidda. So as we've been doing, we would write the kasra on the bottom. Sometimes, as we read, it is written under the line, or under the letter, sorry. Sometimes the kasra is written under the letter, even when it has a shidda. So here the fa, double f, shufi, fi. Here the kasra is below the letter, under the letter. Sometimes even when it has a shidda, this little symbol, meaning that it's double sound, double consonant, double consonant sound. The kasra is written below the line sometimes, and sometimes it is written below the letter, and sometimes it is written above the letter under the shidda. So the concept is really not difficult. I hope you understand what I am trying to explain. Double sound, as if doubling the letter. Mim, dal, dal. We just simply put the shidda symbol to indicate that and to show that. Madda instead of mada. Madda. There's a prolongation. Shakku. Shakku. Shakku instead of shakku. Shakku. It's prolonged. Even though you may not hear it, it is prolonged. Shufi as opposed to shufi. Shufi. It's prolonged. And that's the symbol to show that the consonant is prolonged. That shidda, that little w on top of the letter, shows that it is prolonged. The fatha above that means there's a short vowel fatha on that letter. So madda, and the dhamma means there's a dhamma above the shidda symbol, the little w. The dhamma, the little u, the little waw above the little w means there is a dhamma on that letter. So it would have been read shakku, 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 shufi, shufi. And here the kasra below the little w means that there is a kasra on that letter, a short e sound, indicated by putting it under the shidda, and the little w means the little w symbol is the shidda symbol, meaning there is a prolongation on that letter. That means it's a double consonant. Arabic has double consonants in many words. The double consonant can change the meaning of the word to a quite different meaning. Therefore, it is very important for the student of Arabic to learn and to recognize and pronounce the double consonants correctly. Now here we see dannat, which means it approached. And here dannat, it buzzed. So the word can change completely based on that little w, which is the symbol of the, what is it? The symbol of what? The double consonant, the prolonged consonant sound. So instead of dannat, dannat, as you can see in the little chart. Dannat, dannat. Okay? So now we'll go on to our practice. I hope you're not confused and you find this concept simple. It is very simple, and with practice I'm sure you will understand it completely. If you did not already, I really tried to explain it as clear as possible. It took the time. In our university, the teacher did not take this long to explain this concept. I was confused when I was learning it, and I didn't really understand it, and for quite some time. I guess as I was going through the course, perhaps that's how with more practice and whatever, maybe that's how I understood it more. Anyway, we'll go on to our practice. We have a practice assignment. We have 5 rows to do with the shidda practice, practicing with the shidda. So here's the first 2 rows. You write the word twice in Arabic. Twice. You don't have to write in English anymore, just in Arabic twice, and you read it first. So I'll do the first one with you. Farra, farra. Instead, as opposed to if it didn't have a shidda, farra, 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 you see it's prolonged. The ra is prolonged. Farra, as opposed to fara. Farra, it's like two r, or not r, but two ra's. Farra, farra, it's like two ra's. Farra, 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 two ra's. Okay, so you write it, and then that little shahta, or that little line on top of the little w is what? Is the fatha, making the sound as it is here. So it shows that there's a fatha on that letter, the ra as well. That little w shows that it has a double sound consonant. It's doubled, so instead of one, it shows that it's two ra's, or prolonged ra. So once you're done, we'll go through them together. Pause, then we'll go through them together. Okay, you should have paused your video, and I'll go through them together. The first word here, we did that one. Farra. Second, fukka. Third, fitta. Fitta. Fourth, fakhu. Fakhu. Second row. First word, shudda. Shudda. The second word, shifu. Shifu. Third word, shakku. Shakku. The fourth word, shanna. Shanna. Okay, now we'll go on to the next two rows. So pause your video, and once you're done, we'll go through them together. Now we'll go through them together. Should have paused your video. We'll do them together now. First word, khaffa. Khaffa. Kharru. Kharru. Khubba. Khubba. Khimmu. Khimmu. Kurra. Oh, sorry. Kurrisa. 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 Mukkina. Mukkina. Funnida. Funnida. Bushira. Bushira. Okay, one last row. So pause your video, and once you're done, we'll go through them. Okay, you should have paused your video, did them, and now we'll go through them together. Khummina. Khummina. You see how the meme is prolonged? It's like we go from the kha to the meme, and then to the meme again, and then that meme to the noon. You see, khummina. It's like doubled. It's not khummina straight. Khummina. It's khummina. It's like it comes another meme. Khummina. Fukhima. فخمة. It's like doubled. Two خاص. فخمة as opposed to فخمة. 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 دكات. 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 مرت. 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 Some letters you can hear easier than others, and some you cannot. It's not or it's less easy to hear it or identify it, in my opinion. Now we'll go on to dictation. We have 8 words for dictation. So we'll have dictation, 8 words. First word, farra. All these words have shidda, so you should listen to see where is the shidda. Farra. Farra. The second word, fukka. 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 The third word, fitta. 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 The fourth word, fakhu. 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 The fifth word, shudda. 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 The sixth word, shifu. 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 The seventh word, shakku. 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 You can pause your video if you cannot catch up. Pause it, and when you're done, move on if you're having trouble keeping up. The last word, the eighth word, shanna. 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 Actually, sorry, I made a mistake. Shanna, not shanna. 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 Okay, now we'll go through them. Okay, we'll go through them now. The first word was farra. So check your answers, see if you wrote it correctly. The second word was fukka. The third word was fitta. You see how it's prolonged, these consonants? We go from the fa, we put in the kasra, fit. So it's like we go straight, or we go from the fa, put in the kasra, and to the ta, and then it's like we have another ta after it. Fitta. Okay? So you should be checking your answers to see how you did. The fourth word was fakhu. The prolongation consonant in this word was the kha. Fakhu. Fakhu. You put them together. It's like doubled letters, but you put them together. We don't pause, say fakhu. We just go straight. Fakhu. Now we'll go on to the fifth word. Shudda. 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 Okay? If it didn't have a shadda, it would have been shudda. should, shudda, shudda, as opposed to shudda. So you can see there's a difference. For the dal, as I said, it's difficult to notice. So this word, you should have connected the sheen to the dal with the dhamma on top of the sheen, the shadda, little w on top of the dal, with the kasra on top of the shidda, because or not the kasra, the fatha on top of the shidda, because the fatha goes above the shidda symbol. And as we said, the dhamma goes above the shidda symbol if there's a dhamma, and the kasra goes below the shidda symbol if there is a kasra on that letter. Next word, shuffa, or shifu. Shifu. The next word was shifu. Shifu. The sheen with the kasra, shi, followed by the fa with the shadda, shif, shifu, shifu, shifu. Okay, we'll go on to the seventh word, shakku, 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 shakku. The sheen with the fatha, sha, followed by the kaf with a shadda, shakku, shakku, with the dhamma, u, shakku, 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 shakku. Okay. The last word was shanna. Shanna. You see how the noon is prolonged? If it wasn't shadda, it would have been shanna. Shanna. But with the shadda, or the prolongation of the consonant represented by the little w on top of the letter, as we said, it becomes shanna. Shanna. It's doubled. It's like there's two noons. We go from the sheen to the fatha, shan, to the noon, shan, and then as if there's another noon, shanna. Okay. We'll go on to our next assignment for this session. It is the shidda with long vowels. We will be practicing reading and writing with shidda with long vowels. As every time, you should write the word twice on both lines, and you should read it before you write it. Even though on the second row you don't see two lines, you should still write it two times. Pause your video, and once you're done, we'll go through it together. Okay. You should have paused your video, and now we'll go through them together. The first word of the first row. The meme with the fatha, ma. The kaf with the shidda, mak. Mak, followed by mak, followed by the alif, makkaru. Makkaru. Okay, we'll go on to the second word. The kaf with the fatha, ka. The noon with the shidda, kan. Kan, followed by the alif, kannasi. Kannasi. Kan. It's like two noons. Kannasi. Put them together. Kannasi. Third word. Fannan. 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 We'll go on to the second row. Dukkani. Dukkani. Second word. Shh. Or not. It's not. Notice here. not a sh. It's a s. It's a sin, not a shin. Sukkana. 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 The third word. Kuttabu. Kut. It's like two tas. Kuttabu. Kuttabu. We'll go on to the third row and fourth row. The third and fourth row, pause your video and we'll go through them once you're done. I don't need to keep saying that because I've said it many times, so we should know by now that the routine is, it's been going on for many sessions. So now we'll go through them. You should have paused it by yourself and did them, wrote them, read it first, and then wrote them twice on the line to practice your reading and writing. The first word of the third row. The shidda is on the alif. Shammama. It's on the alif, not on the meme, on the alif. Shammama. Shammama. The shidda is on the meme here. Nammamu. Nammamu. The shidda here is on the kha with a fatha, making the sound fakhari. Fakhari. As we said, if the fatha is before the alif, it just means that the alif is prolonged. This is the classical way of writing. You don't need to put the fatha when followed by an alif, because we already know that the alif is long without the fatha before it. This is just the classical way. They would put the fatha before the alif to show that the alif is long, but we already know the alif is long. We'll go on to the fourth row. The shidda is on the meme. Dammamu. Dammamu. Fakkani. Fakkani. Kussaba. Kussaba. Or not kus. Kassaba. Kassaba. The qaf with a fatha makes the sound ka. The sin with a shadda, which means it's prolonged, as we said, makes it long, as if it's two scenes. Kas. That's the first scene. Kas, but we don't pause and then do again. We just go smoothly, continuously. Kassaba. Okay. We'll go on to the last row. So pause your video, and once you're done, we'll go through it together. Okay, now we'll go through it. The shidda is on the noon here. Kha with a fatha. Kha. Noon with a shidda. Khanna. Or not nab, but we'll have to continue to be able to hear what's next. Khannuri. So remember, it's like two noons. Khannuri. But we put them together, we don't pause. Khannuri. Here the shidda again is on the noon. Tinnina. Tinnina. Remember the long ya. E instead of I. Tinnina. Tinnina. It's like two noons, but we put them together, we don't pause. You should have wrote them twice on your line, as I've been saying every time. Tannuru. Tannuru. The ta here in its connecting form with the Fatha makes the sound what? Ta. The noon with the shidda. The shidda is what? Meaning what? Meaning it's prolonged. Double. Double sound. Double consonant. Double noon. Tannuru. Annuru. Tannuru. Nuru. Tannuru. Okay? Now we should have dictation, but I'm going to give you a break from the dictation and we'll go straight to the next practice assignment. Here's the next assignment. Do as we do every time. We'll go through it once done. Once you're done. Do not continue without doing it first. Please. Okay, now we'll go through it. The first word. Basha. Basha. The ba with the fatha. Ba. Sha. Basha. 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 Kaddu. 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 Maddi. 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 That's how you prolong the dal. Maddi. It's like two dals, but we don't pause. We just keep going. Maddi. Maddi. Tamma. 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 Third row. Sammu. 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 The shadda is on the meme. Sammu. It's like double meme. Sammu. Sammu. Instead of sammu, just one meme. Sammu. It's like two. Sammu is one. Sammu. Two. Then here is the long vowel alif. Sammu. Shakka. 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 Go on to the next two rows. Okay, now pause your video, and once you're done, do as we do every time. Now we'll go through it. Should have paused it before continuing. Remember, you cannot continue without doing them first, because you have to practice on your own and then go through it with me to see how you did. The first word. This letter is what? Kha. Khaffa. 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 Affa. See, it's like two fas. Khaffa. 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 Shabbu. 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 Fakki. Fakki. Why is it ki and not ka? What's the reason? Because the kasra is below the shidda symbol, which means It's making the sound E. The consonant is having a kasra on it, represented by putting it under the shidda. The little W is the shidda, the kasra is the little line under it, making the sound E. Instead of it being below the letter, when it has a shidda, the letter, when the letter has a shidda, the kasra goes below the shidda. So fakki, 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 fakki. شمّ 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 أمّ. So it's like two memes. The shidda with the fatha. The shidda making it two memes. If we didn't have a shidda, it would have been shamma. Or with the long vowel, it would have been sham, shamma, shamma, shamma. The short vowel, the fatha, shamma, 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 shamma. And then with the shidda, shamma, 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 shamma. Without the shadda, it would have been the sheen with the fatha, with the meme, with no shidda, with the fatha, for example. Without the shidda, it would have sounded like shamma instead of shamma, 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 shamma instead of shamma, shamma. Okay. Now I'll give you a break from dictation. We do have dictation, but I will give you a break from it and we'll go straight to the next lesson, or the next reading and writing exercise practice. And this one is a reading real sentences. So we'll go on and do that. So as you can see in the directions, read the following sentences and write them. So read them first, then write them on the line below. We'll go through it once you're done. Okay, now we'll go through them together. Should have paused. We'll do them together now. The first sentence. Meme with a ra. Meme with a fatha followed by a ra, which has a shidda and a fatha. مرة فكري مرة فكري فكري بدكاني نادر مرة فكري بدكاني نادر نادر مرة فكري فكري بدكاني نادر, which means, as you can see, Fikri passed by Nadir's store. Fikri is a name. Nadir is a name in Arabic also. Okay? Go on to the next sentence. Again, you should have did it before going on with me to see how you did. Okay, here's the kaf with the alif. Kana bakri. بكري في نادي مدريد. Again, we'll read it again. كان بكري في نادي مدريد. Okay, which means Bekri, which is a name, was in the Madrid club. Madrid is a place, I suppose. Kana, remember the long a. Kana Bekri fi nadi, or not nadi Madrid. Remember to put in the long vowels when reading. Nadi is wrong. Nadi is wrong. Nadi is correct. Madrid is wrong. Madrid, correct. Kana is wrong. Kana is correct. Kana, not kana. Kana. Okay, next 2 rows. Okay, let me get it to zoom in. The next 2 rows. Pause your video, do them, then we'll go through them once you're done. Right? Remember to read and write. Do not just read it and not write, because this is a reading and writing course. You paid for the course, so it would be wasteful and waste of money not to get the best out of the course that you paid for. Okay, now we'll go through it together. The first sentence. The kaf with a fatha, ka. Ta with a fatha, ta. The ba with a fatha, ba. Kataba. Sami. Sami. Darsa din. Kataba Sami darsa din. Which means Sami, which is a Arabic name for a male, wrote a religious lesson. Kataba Sami darsa, which means a lesson, deen, which means religious or religion. The next sentence. Sakana Mursi. Mursi fi Tabuk. Again, not katab, but Sakana Mursi fi Tabuk. Tabuk. Sakana Mursi fi Tabuk. Remember to read and write. Okay, now we'll go on to, for the last 2 rows. We have 6 total, so we'll go on to the next 2. Okay, now remember, pause your video, do them, then continue once you're done, so we can go through them together so you can see how you did. I hope it's clear and that you can see it well, inshallah. Okay, you should have did them. Should have paused your video and did them. Now we'll go through them together. If you didn't pause your video, you really must pause your video and do them, because it's pointless to continue without doing them. The first sentence, the ba with a followed by a alif. Ba, ta, bata Samir, bata Samir بالسكن بسكني مكرم. بات سمير بسكني مكرم. And we would read it smooth. We wouldn't just stop and pause. We would just continue on smoothly as you would read the English sentence smoothly. We would read the Arabic sentence smoothly. بات سمير بسكاني مكرم, which means Samir passed the night at Makram's residence, or at Makram's home. Makram is a name of a male in Arabic. Samir also is a name of a male in Arabic. Bata Samir bisakini Makram. We'll go on to the last sentence. Okay. The noon with alif with a meme, or a noon, alif, meme, and fatha. Read. Nama. Nama. Kareem. Fi dari Munir. Again. Nama. Kareem. Fi dari Munir. Now we will read it smooth. No need to keep pausing. نام كريم في دار منير. Again. نام كريم في دار منير. Here, the kaf followed by the ra. The kaf in its connecting form with the fatha. Kar. Followed by the ya and meme. Im. Kareem. The meme in its connecting, or not in its connecting form, but remember the meme has several forms. That is its ending of the word form. When the meme is at the end of the word. Okay. Nama Kareem fi dari Munir. Okay. We finished our assignment. I hope you are doing well with this course and advancing. I would say we should pause here and continue on next class, next session, session 9, because the next two assignments are kind of long, so I would say we should pause and wrap up this session. Before we pause, I would like to write on the board how to write the word, or not the word, but the ya and the meme, to show you if you had trouble with it, because here it's obviously in printed form. You may not really remember how to write it, so I'm going to go over that again. So I'm going to show you how to write as a review, in case you didn't remember while it's going through the lesson or through the practice assignment, how to write the meme in the ending form when it's coming after a letter. So here in this case the letter was ya. Okay, so now what do we do? As we said when we were going through the meme, we go up as a 45 degree somewhat. We curve it, or we make a circle kind of shape. Then we bring the end, the tail, like that. Okay. Then we would put the two dots on the bottom. So this is just to remind you of how we would do the writing. I'll do it again. So the then we said we would go, we'll go up, we'll bring it back like a circle shape. And we would put the line, or the ending part at the end. I'll do it again. Of course, this is not cannot be exact to make it clear because I'm writing by a computer, so it's not clear. It's not neat enough. I'm not doing it proper enough. Then we put the two dots at the end, or at the bottom. So that will conclude our session 9 lesson. Take care and see you inshallah next session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Before wrapping up, let me just show you one of them. This one here is not quite the way it should be. Let's see. Okay. Two dots, which are okay. Now, that would be the end of this session. Just wanted to make that clear. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.